Prior to setting up the podcasting workspace so that it looks and works how we want it to, it's probably worth setting up your audio first of all, so that any music that you might want to include, maybe at the beginning or at the end, can be blended in so that the end result is just simply one file. Now remember me saying in earlier tutorials, the format that you want to use is MP3, simply because of its reduced file size. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to blend together the narration with some music at the beginning and then convert it to one single MP3 file. Now you can do this in your software, whether it's Audition using the multitrack view or here within Wavelab. What we have to do is first of all create a new montage. So by clicking on here, I can choose New Audio Montage. With this resulting dialog box, even though the narration was originally recorded in mono, I'm going to have to make the mode here stereo, simply because the music is stereo. Although if you really did want to keep the file size down, you would consider using the music as a mono file too. Anyway, as I say, I'll leave it at stereo, and then come down and OK it. OK, so here is our audio montage workspace. I'm going to drag this piano file first of all down onto here, and then because I need to bring in the narration as well, I'll right click and choose to add another track, this time a mono track. The narration is in mono, remember, and then I'll simply left click and drag it down onto this new track. And I'll just position it roughly where I think it should be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the music fading out as the narration begins. So I reckon there is okay. And as I've just said, I want the music to fade away. So by left clicking on the handle here and dragging more towards the beginning, you can see that fade out line. And because the music is at a lower level, I'll need to bring the narration down a little bit as well. So I'll just drag this horizontal line down to reduce the volume. Okay, I think that should do me. Let me just check. I'll hit play. Here we go. It hadn't snowed in December for decades. The last time was before the 2017 English Civil War. Tonight, however, as light faded fast, a monochrome Manchester sky was heavy with thousands of independent flakes falling in swirling silent circles that formed a unified white blanket that smothered all below. Okay, that's fine. Therefore, my next step is to convert this montage, made up of these two audio files, into a new single audio file, but this time, rather than these two files, because they are WAV files, rather than them remaining as WAV files, with the resulting new file, I want to convert to MP3. So, by running down to render, opens the render dialog of course, and I will just work my way through these radio buttons, ensuring whole montage is selected, and then work my way down to the bottom to these three fields. I'll give the resulting file a name. For our example, I'll simply call it PC Test 1, and the important part, where it says file format, well, I need to change this, so I'll click on here, and then run out to Edit Single Format. And then here, with this resulting dialog, importantly, I'll change the type from a WAV file down to MP3. I'll leave everything else as it is, apart from this encoding section. It's set to 128 at the moment, and that's good. That will result in a small file, a small stereo file. But should you want to have a better quality MP3, then by clicking on here and then choosing Edit, you can change your bitrate from 128. I'm going to take it right down to 320. Now that's just slightly off your screen, but trust me, it's there at the bottom. OK, 320 kbps. And then finally, right at the bottom, within the method area, I'm going to choose highest quality. I'll OK that, and OK this. And then finally, to start the conversion to a new rendered MP3 file, I'll hit OK. OK, all done. I've now got this new MP3 file ready for me to upload as my first podcast.